News, the host communities of Nigeria producing oil and gas communities, that's HOSTCOM, is urging the federal government and other relevant stakeholders to back the Dangote Refinery and other domestic refineries to end the reliance on imported refined products into the country. Leaders of the oil-producing communities from the Niger Delta region of the country said this during a visit to Dangote Petroleum Refinery and fertilizer plants in Ibejuleki area of the state. Sunday Benibo was there and covered and brought back this report.
In one accord, they all arrived at the Dangote Refinery, a facility which has the capacity of producing refined petroleum products of 650,000 barrels per day.
On behalf of the traditional rulers and host community.
This visit by these traditional and community leaders is to solicit and canvass the necessary support for Dangote Refinery and other local refineries to get supply of crude oil for production. This is coming on the heels of the ongoing dispute between Dangote, IOCs, and regulatory agencies. The group says they are ready to go all out to disrupt pipeline facilities in their communities if crude is not supplied to the Dangote Refinery and other local refineries in the country.
We urge the President also to call the international oil companies, which are the IOCs, operating in our communities, to order. Because we see the IOCs refusal to sell crude oil to Dangote Refinery is as economic sabotage. If they fail, then the host communities will mobilize. The platforms are in our communities, in our rivers. We shut them down.
They want the federal government to provide a level playing ground and opportunities for all investors operating in the crude oil refining industry.
We have the raw product here. We're exporting. And we have the refinery here, where we can put this thing to use for locally, even export. Then we end up always export. I think there is something going on that actually the government have not really found out.
On our own, we have decided that we are going to give it maximum support. We are going to go on campaign for Dangote Refinery. We are going to reach out to the federal government. We are going to reach out to all the state governments.
The refinery was even conceived so that we can use the Nigerian crude to add value within the country and then give the product back into the country and exploit the surplus. But now things are going the other way around. We are importing the crude and exporting the products.
The leaders reaffirmed their commitment to working with the Dangote Refinery to end the importation of lower quality and costly refined products into Nigeria. The visit provided avenue for the community leaders to tour and have first-hand knowledge of the workings of the refinery.
Meanwhile, the Lagos State government has started another round of fertilizer distribution to clusters of farmers to increase their yield and eventually reduce the price of food items across the state. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Ms. Abisola Olusonya, led the delegation and the distribution of the fertilizer to farmers in Ojo and Badagry axis of the state. Ms. Olusonya said this is a deliberate attempt by our government to improve the friendly and conducive environment for farmers to address the current food crisis in the country.
They are growing a variety that is so good, and to be able to assess and see that for every round of harvesting that they do across a 70-hectare, geography here, over 2.8 billion is what is being generated here per cycle. And you can see the farmers here, it's a combination of young and old people, and this is part of what we are looking, to continue to support in the Produce for Lagos initiative. It is two-pronged, meaning support local production, domestic sufficiency, and also collaboration with other state partners and other multilateral and bilateral agencies.
We are extremely happy and very grateful that they remember us, even in Ojo. You understand? We are grateful, we are happy.